welcome back to the Vintage Gal blog. It's been a while since I've done one of these. It feels a bit weird, to be honest. I've had a little bit of radio silence both on my YouTube channel and on the blog over the summer. The main reason is it's just been crazy at work, and like the last thing I want to do when I come home is sit in front of a computer or anything like that. So I have been busy knitting and crocheting. Yes, I said knitting. Yeah, been doing lots and lots of sewing as well. Probably stressing myself out far too much because I've been trying to get everything done for my holiday, which is coming up in a couple of weeks' time. But I have been doing quite a bit, I think. Yeah, it feels like I've been busy over this week, over this summer, vintage events and things like that as well. So I haven't done an awful lot in terms of crocheting, but what I'm going to show you today is, again, the things I've achieved and the things I plan to make, and the things that I'm currently in the process of making. So first of all, I just want to mention this beautiful jumper that I'm actually wearing. It's based on a 1930s pattern, and my friend Kitty, who goes by the name of Kitty Lou Vintage, she actually made it for me, and it is absolutely stunning. It's navy blue. I'm not sure whether you can actually tell that from, it looks quite dark on here. I might have to lighten this a little bit later, but yeah, let's get on with my stuff. Okay, so the first thing that I've actually achieved, and these actually didn't take me very long to do, is my crochet sandals. I finally finished them. I have posted about these on the blog, so you will see them on my feet if you want to go down there. I will obviously put the link below. But yes, I finally got these done. I suppose I'm about 90% happy with them. They're perfectly wearable, don't get me wrong, absolutely perfectly wearable. They fit me really well. They just feel a little bit chunky on my feet. I'm very much somebody who likes delicate things on my feet, so they do feel a little bit chunky. I think personally, if I was going to do them again, because the pattern actually, let me explain this. I explained it on the blog. The pattern actually had this bit open here, and it kind of just flapped around on my toes, and it looked a bit weird, so I've actually attached it now, which looks better. But what I would do if I did it in the future was I would probably miss off that white stripe completely, perhaps even miss off the white and the blue, and then shift these down slightly so that it just goes across the toes and the sort of the front part of the foot, more like a proper sandal really. And yeah, but these, basically you put your foot in there and that goes round the foot bit there, and then these go round the ankle, and I tie them in the front because they're quite long, but they've got a lovely little knot bit on the end. I don't know if you can see that. But I'm pretty happy with them. I used my usual DMC Petra size 5, possibly could have done with size 10 maybe, not sure. I might try that again in the future. I will definitely make another pair of these, definitely, and I absolutely loved making a pair of espadrilles, so I now want to make fabric ones as well. I think I told you in my last post, which I will put a link up there too, that I got these from Spain. Yes, and then I'm going back to Spain on holiday to wear them. I have been looking for other ones in the UK. If I do find any, then they will be purchased straight away because I love having that little height there. Most of the ones that you get in the UK are flat, so maybe I'll try a pair of them, who knows. So yes, so those are finally done. They probably took me, I don't know, not that long to be honest, probably a week. And when I say a week, that's, you know, sort of like 10 minutes here, 10 minutes there, and including, you know, actually sewing everything on and putting them all together. So yeah, really easy, quick, simple project to do, which was lovely. So my next project after that, now this could very well end up being my very first disaster with crocheting, which I've already kind of conceded to now. I'm not expecting it to actually work once it's all together, put it that way. So what it is that I'm making is, and I did show you this in my last video, is, let's try and get the light on it properly, that cardigan there, you can see it inside. I really should have marked this, I forget to do this every single time. There we go. Ooh. So that's, yeah, that's the pattern there. Beautiful, looks lovely. Love how it comes down and there's a little bit of fold of fabric there. That's not going to happen with mine. First disaster with this was that I bought the wrong yarn. As I explained in my last video. I was rushed, I was being pushed about, and I needed to just pick it off the shelf, and I picked the wrong one up. So I picked up a lace weight and it should have been the 4-ply. So it's all done. Again, in navy. I do love navy, I wear it a lot. And it's all done in one, so there's no side seam at all, which is why it's kind of happened. I suppose I should have checked it at the time, but you know, you could kind of forget it. Anyway, it's quite short here. It's ended up quite short. It doesn't, you can't really see, but it doesn't really come, it just comes below my boob. It probably would help if I had smaller boobs, obviously. But the pattern does say, and I've read this in a couple of 1930s patterns, that you're supposed to stretch it when you block it. So obviously it will stretch. It's quite a stretchy stitch, this, so it does stretch quite a bit. So who knows, it might be okay, fingers crossed. I've done the sleeves, oh yeah, done 2 sleeves and the body, and my mum is very, very kindly doing the ribbing for me again because it's lace weight. And I must explain, I've done lace weight, but I've put two threads of the yarn together while I did it to try and make it a 4-ply, but it's not. It's more, it's probably a 3-ply. But yeah, it probably should have been thicker. But hey, you live and learn, don't you? But my mum's doing the ribbing for me, which is taking her quite a while because obviously she's working with 2 threads of lace weight and very small needles, and it's very fiddly and it's very dark and she struggles to kind of see in the evening. So I will put it all together. We will see what happens with it. If it doesn't fit me, then I might consider selling it. So watch this space. So that's that one. So they are literally the 2 crocheting projects that I have achieved or not achieved since I last did a podcast. So the next one is I can knit! Yay! I am so unbelievably chuffed. I've said it all along that I can't knit, I can't knit, I can't knit, because it just would not sit in my head. But finally, I can knit. Look. I am so chuffed. My mum started me off, and I think this is the best thing. She started me off and did the ribbing. So she cast on, did the ribbing, and then she handed it over to me and she said, right, learn how to do 1 row of knit, 1 row of purl. And so I did. And I achieved that in a week, all of that. And I was so happy, especially the fact that I've started actually making the armhole as well. I even did that, did decreases and cast offs and things like that. I'm so chuffed. I have made some mistakes, but what I have done is gone back and corrected those mistakes. So I've learned as I've gone along, which I think has been really helpful to me. The pattern that I'm actually using, and I think I did mention this in my last one, is this. It's actually a modern one, which is unusual for me, but it's kind of got a 1930s feel to it. It's got the nice gauntlet sleeves there. It's a James C. Brett, and it's actually in Aran weight, which is why I chose a modern one, because most vintage patterns, knitting and crocheting, are sort of 3-ply or less. And tiny hooks or tiny needles, and so I wanted to do an Aran weight one with much bigger needles so that I can actually do it and not get frustrated with the fiddliness of it. So yeah, so I've achieved that, and I'm just coming up to the neckline now, and I thought I had to go and get a stitch holder, but I actually found one in my crochet hook box. Weirdly enough, how I've got one, I have no idea. So yes, I'm going to get on with that later on today. So I'm really looking forward to that. I've really enjoyed doing it. So yes, I can knit. Yes, I am so happy with it. Sorry, I apologise for my mad outburst, but yeah, you cannot believe how long I've struggled to knit. How long, and finally it's sitting in this head. But one thing I have used, and I actually used the crochet version of it when I was learning how to crochet, which has been brilliant, and I would highly recommend these books, is this. It's called A Little Course in Knitting. This is a hardback version, and then I have a softback version in the crochet, and again it's called A Little Course in Crochet. And they're brilliant. They're really good books. They literally break everything down bit by bit, step by step, which is, they were brilliant. And I actually discovered this when I went to the little crochet workshop I went to. They use this as reference, and so I bought one while I was there because they had them on special offer, and because it was such a big help to me, I bought the knitting one. So I highly recommend you get these if you're struggling at all, because I'm not somebody who learns very well from YouTube. I kind of just have to read it, get it in my head, think about it, process it, and then do it. So yeah, these work for me. So yeah, that's everything that I've done, working on at the moment. I have been buying yarn, because yarn obviously is buying yarn is a separate hobby to actually knitting or crocheting. So I've learnt this week, which is so true, and so is sewing and buying fabric. They're two different hobbies, absolutely. So what I'm going to do next, and I really hope she doesn't watch this, and I don't think she will, is I'm going to be making a present for my best friend. It's her birthday's just after Christmas, so I'm hoping to get it done for both. So what I'm going to be making her is this 1930s crochet top, and I've made one of these previously for myself. I will put the link to my blog post about it, and it was the very first jumper that I crocheted, and actually the second thing that I ever crocheted, because this was the whole point of me learning how to crochet, so I could knit and so I could crochet jumpers. So I crocheted a beret, and then I went straight into jumpers, because I was just like, nope, not making any shawls, not making any blankets, not making any granny squares. I'm literally going into jumpers. So this was the one I crocheted. It's just a T-shape either side, and then a crocheted waistband, and then you just join it together, sort of sew up the side seams, join it together at the shoulders with buttons and at the waistband with buttons. So it's really simple. And my best friend saw me wearing it one time, and she said, God, I really like your jumper. So I thought, straight away in my head, I thought, right, I'm going to make her one for her birthday or Christmas or something. So I'm going to be making one for her, and sorry for slamming that down. I'm going to be making it in her favourite colour, because this is her favourite colour. She wears burgundy all the time. So I hope it's funny colour. When I photographed it, it didn't come out the right colour. It's actually a little bit more purpley than you see on the screen. And it's, how do you say that? Nobody has ever said that to me. Is it sheeps? No idea. Anyway, please somebody tell me how you pronounce that. It's Katona as well. God, I'm terrible at pronouncing things. That's really bad. Anyway, if that's correct, it's sheep's Katona. And it's obviously it's their cotton, because my other one was in cotton as well. And I bought these from Black Sheep Wools. I think is it Black Sheep Wools or Black Sheep Yarns, something like that. I'll put the link below anyway. I actually bought them at the Southern Wool Show. When I went I think it was last weekend. I didn't have a terribly successful time. These were the only yarns I bought, and I didn't get them at the time. They had to send them to me because they didn't have enough there. So I kind of came away with not a lot, which was a bit disappointing, but hey, there we go. You live and learn, as I always say. So yes, so that's going to be a project I'm hoping to get onto next. Oh, do you know what? I've just remembered that there's actually a project I'm working on, but I think I'll probably keep it until it's done because it's quite funny. It's actually a crochet bra. Yeah, 1930s crochet bra. Okay, I've told you now. Wait for it when it comes, when I do my podcast, because it's hilarious. I won't be wearing it. I will not be wearing it, I promise. But it's just a fun little project I'm doing on the side when I've got 5 minutes. So yeah, I am doing that, but you'll see it when it's done. So my next project after that is I want to make a skirt to match this, so that I've got a matching suit. And I've got 3 balls of the, let me open this. I've got 3 balls of the yarn that I use, because I bought 6 and I only used 3. And it's Patterns 100% cotton 4-ply in bright pink. And I've got 3 balls left. I don't think that's going to be quite enough to do a skirt. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy probably 2 more balls, maybe 3, because I'm thinking about possibly doing a handbag in it as well. Not to match, just as a separate handbag. Because that would be far too much. Pink top, pink skirt, pink handbag. I might as well make a pink hat as well and pink shoes. No, that's not happening. So I'm going to be making a skirt to match that in exactly the same shell stitch. And I'll just make it up myself. I'm going to use a 1930s, one of my 1930s skirts that I made. The pattern of it is extremely simple. It's literally just a front and a back. So I'm going to use that as guidance to create my pattern. So that'd be a nice suit to do. But what I'm also going to do is I'm going to crochet that beautiful 1930s jumper. And I'm going to be crocheting it in, try not to rip that, in Drops Loves You 9. Never bought this before, but it was dirt cheap. It's getting really dark in here. It's going to rain really soon. I'll try and lighten this, I promise. Yeah, Drops Loves You 9, and it's recycled cotton. And this one is a grey marl. I think you can probably see it there. And what I'm going to do is that's going to be the main part of the design. And the little hints, so if you look at the original one is in peach and black. No, is it peach and black or pink and black? Let me just have a quick check. It does say pink and black. Pink and black, so it's kind of a peachy pinky colour. So the little hints I'm actually going to be doing in the pink together. Aren't they gorgeous? I just love those two together. So when that's done, that will also go with the skirt as well. So I kind of have like 2 suits that I can wear together, which is really cool. But I'm really looking forward to those. But I bought this on Purple Sheep Yarns. I think it's called Purple Sheep Yarns. Again, I'll put the link below. And it was 70p a ball. I bought 10 balls of it. I thought I might as well just buy 10, you know, go mad. And with postage, it came to £9.95. I don't think I've ever bought wool that cheap before. And it's beautiful. It's really soft cotton. And I love the fact that it's recycled. Absolutely love that, because it kind of fits in with my ethical outlook on wearing clothes and making clothes. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with that, and I can't wait to start that. I do have some other projects which I'm going to focus on over the winter as well. So yeah, I've got a lot planned. I can't stop planning. I've already planned everything I'm going to be making next year as well in terms of crocheting. I won't get it all done, particularly now that I've got knitting involved as well. So I know I've already started looking through all of my patterns, because I collect not only vintage crochet patterns but vintage knitting patterns, and I've been looking through all of them and going, oh yeah, that looks really simple and that looks really simple. So yeah, watch this space. We'll see what I achieve. Anyway, thanks for watching. I apologise it's been so long since my last one. I will try not to leave it so long next time. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for keeping up with me. And oh, and thank you so much for all the new followers. I've had loads of new followers just recently. So I just want to say, hey, I'm Kate. I really should have said that right at the beginning, shouldn't I? Never mind. Yeah, anyway, thank you for following. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it. See you soon. Bye. Right, cut that. Anyway, brilliant. I was doing so well.